Hey guys, this is your boy Marcus, and welcome back to episode number 28 of my Become a Legend series, where I become a legend. Simple enough like that, but like I've said, I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago, I said I was, actually it'll be 3 episodes ago now, I said I was going to end this series once I finish this season with Swans. I'm going to play every game, I'm not going to back out of anything, of course, but yeah, I'm just going to end it because PES 2014 comes out, of course, so I'll continue the story of Marcus probably in that, or maybe I'll just start with Marcus Jr., something a bit different, something a bit crazy. But yeah, the game against Manchester United, of course, we had at the start of this episode. I told you at the end of the last episode that we'd have Manchester United this episode, which we do. So yeah, it's at Old Trafford, so it's always going to be a bit more difficult. So with that being said, Valencia scored in the start minutes of the match. I get played for on goal here against David De Gea, and do I score? Do I score? Yes, I do, because I'm a beast. So I scored against David De Gea. It's a very nice composed finish, and I go off to celebrate, and I actually have a new celebration. As you can see, that's a new celebration. Like I said, so the last episode, the episode before, I always wanted to change my celebration, and I finally have. None of that ridiculous random jump thing. But Welbeck gets played for on goal from Van Persie, and Welbeck scores 22 minutes on the clock. Literally 3 minutes after I just had scored. Swansea just collapsed. They just went, and they scored. So 24 minutes on the clock now. They play a very nice little pass and play the cross into the box, and Armero, of all people, just casually kicks into the back of the net. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why he scored. It was almost the weirdest thing ever. He just sort of takes a touch and he just hits it into the back of the net, and De Gea can't do anything about it because he could have just palmed it and it wouldn't make any difference because it'd be an indirect free kick on the line. So yeah. So with that being said, 41st minute of the match, and again, Donnie Willow scores. Never seen Welbeck score so many goals in my life, because Welbeck's, I wouldn't say he's terrible in real life, but he's a relatively poor player. But I mean, of course, he's young and he's got all the potential in the world. But of course, they've had 6 shots, 6 on target. We've had 2 shots, 1 on target. So, of course, I'm not going to be playing the best terms of football. But there I hit it just wide of the far post. And then again, in the 53rd minute, I hit it again, more or less the same width away from the post. And again, I got another shot away, same width from the post. So I was missing all these chances, and I thought, oh god, this is not going to end well for me. So again, in the 80th minute of the match, I get past Vidic, I get a shot where he takes me out, but I still score. Absolute composed finish. All the Man United players are going absolutely crazy. They're going, my god, how did you let them score? I've scored 2, I've scored the same amount as Danny Welbeck, so that just makes me the best player in the world. So with that being said, it was 3-3 was the final score. We did have a lot more shots in the second half. They had 11 shots, 8 on target as their final tally. I had a 7.5 rating, so I can't complain. I had 7 shots, 3 on target. I think we had 8 shots, 4 on target. So yeah, there was only 1 more shot from the game, which is quite poor. Played on 90 minutes, all good. That 29 touches, 117 meters dribbled, 8 passes, 7 on target. And with that being said, of course, Man United were below us at the start of the game. So after the draw, we just stayed in the same place. 22 goals have actually been scored for Swans. It's not too bad. With that being said, I'm up to rating 77 overall, which it's a very good rating actually. So I'm only 3 off being a yellow player, so like a yellow rated player as I mean in terms of being rated 80 and above. So we face off against Scotland. We face off against Scotland. I play for Scotland. We faced off against Brazil in international friendly. It's in Hampden Park, and I'm thinking about maybe cutting out all the friendlies from the international friendlies, especially from this series in general, because I personally find them extremely boring to play. Like if I play them, of course I'll play them off camera and all that, but I mean there's no point in me playing the likes of Oman and like Liberia and just random African and Middle Eastern countries, because I find them unbelievably ridiculously boring to play, like I was just saying. So with that being said, against Brazil here, I think it's Barry Robson scores, or Tom Kearney, or someone like that. Someone scores after being assisted by me. Yeah, it's Tom Kearney scores. And I mean, it's a very nice goal to be fair. It's against Brazil, so you can't really go wrong. But in the 33rd minute, this is the most ridiculous goal I've ever scored in my life. A diving header with that sort of spin on the ball. I've never scored a diving header like that. But I mean, to be fair, it was a very nice shot for myself. Very nice assist, I think, again from Tom Kearney. So not Tom Kearney here actually, it was actually Darren Fletcher I think assisted me. But I mean, look at that. I wasn't asking for the ball, he actually played that himself. I didn't ask him to play that, he played it. I just made a run behind Thiago Silva and headed it right into the top corner like a boss. I've said like a boss so much times. I've been listening to much Lonely Island Man. Anyway, I mean Brazil only had 2 shots, 2 on target, and I think this was at half time, so I was expecting like Scotland to at least try in terms of defending. But as you can see, how deep I was at the start of there. That was because for some ridiculous reason, Scotland like changing the formation to 4-3-2-1 and playing me as a defensive midfielder, and then like 5 minutes later swapping out the striker for a defensive midfielder and I go forward, but by that time it hadn't happened yet. So Hulk actually scored from it, and then we drew 2-2 with Brazil, which means it was an unbelievably good result. I had 8 shots, 4 on target, so I can't really complain. And with that, we faced off against Stoke in the second final match of this episode, and Stoke, again, it's at the Konami Stadium. I need to get that fixed. I'll get it fixed for probably the next episode or the episode after that. But yeah, I mean, only question I've got to ask is, do you like these episodes being as long as this? Because this is about 9 minutes long. Do you want them to be longer? Make them longer, but it's about the length of an episode sort of comes down to how much you have to commentate. Because like, of course, you can, if you're playing a game like in a Let's Play or a live commentary, it's not as difficult because you can just commentate and you're playing for like 20 odd minutes. And then you can always take your breathers and all that sort of stuff. But when you're doing this, you more or less have to talk, like, not talk straight for 15 minutes. Well, it could be up to 15 minutes, but you talk straight for about 10 minutes, and it does actually take a strain on your voice. So yeah, so I just want that question to be answered in the comments. But there, I got that new celebration as well, kissing the badge, and sometimes he actually kisses the wrong side. It's really weird because he kisses the Adidas part of it. It's like, what are you doing? Like, do you love Adidas? But yeah, I mean, at half time, Bentner had scored and actually injured. Well, he didn't injure me, he had fouled me and I was taken off the pitch. But yeah, Bentner had scored, and then like, it's really weird because I remember I think it was one of my subscribers, I think it was BK Melendez, said that Bentner would always score. And Bentner really is really weird. He scores quite a lot of goals. This goal, for example, he hit it goes into the box, and it's an absolutely great composed finish from Bentner, to be fair. I mean, he just sort of lifts it over the keeper and pops in the back of the net. But with that being said, he can't beat me. I get past Robert Huth and pop it into the back of the net for my second goal of the game. And I was looking for a third goal so I can get my hat trick and at least try and just beat the guy who'd fouled me at the beginning of the bloody match. But it was 2-0 alas, as we actually lost. But no, we didn't lose. We drew 2-2 with Stoke, which was very disappointing because we beat them in the cup. I think it was 2-1. So yeah, I got 7.5 rating. Again, very, very decent rating. I had 8 shots, 7 on target. I had 11 passes, 8 made, 2 fouls, 2 offsides, and Swansea still 7th in the table, so it's not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to complain when we're in the Europa League spots. But into the final match of this episode, and it's against Sunderland A.F.C. and again, it's at Konami Stadium. Yeah, I know, even I'm getting bored of seeing Konami Stadium. It's one of the most ridiculously just boring stadiums in the game because nothing really happens in the stands or anything. Unlike in some of the Brazilian matches in the Brazilian stadiums where like there's flares go off in the stands every once in a while, but like nothing really, like there's no visual aspect to it. It's just like a small red light. But then yeah, like this match, I should have scored there. That was a very, 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 very bad attempt from myself. In the 44th minute, I get played for on goal, and do I score? Past Simon Millionaire? No, I hit the post. From being a one-on-one situation, I hit the post. Absolutely ridiculous. But at halftime, it's 0-0, and I really can't remember if I scored in this match. I mean, they would have had one shot, 0 on target. We had 8 shots, 2 on target, and I hit the post. So you mean 62nd minute, Zaha here on the ball. Gives it to Andy Johnson. No, it's Johnson. Just Johnson. It was Johnson. Johnson crosses in. Stephen Fletcher scores against me. My favourite player from Master League Online scores against me. What a prick. And they actually win the match. He actually wins the match through that. I think like the second shot they had, they win. Yeah, the second shot they had. We had 15 shots, 5 on target. So we had another 7 in the second half. 3 of which were on target. And pretty dreadful for myself. I was in shock. I was in disbelief. And Stephen Fletcher got man of the match with a 6.5 rating. I had 10 of the shots, 3 on target. That's dreadful. But anyway, with that being said, we got knocked out of the top 7, and I want to get back there. So in the next episode, we will try and do that. We're going up against Wigan. We're going into December. January will be next. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.